You are live at St. Louis Park's Rec Center as the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights, ranked 11, are going to play host tonight to the St. Thomas Academy Cadets, the third-ranked team in the state of Minnesota at 10-0. I'm John Fromm. Glad you could join us here on Park 16. We are live tonight, and if you're watching this live on Tuesday, January 6th, make sure you let some friends know, as this is probably one of the best games in the state tonight. For St. Thomas Academy, as I mentioned, as you take a look at a really good crowd here at the Rec Center, they're going to play Matt Snow in goal, number 35, and their big starting lineup is going to be Dan Wyrock, number 11, the senior, and he's centered by Peter Tufto, number 19, also a senior, and Alec Brotzman, a senior. And then on defense, going to Air Force, Seamus Donahue, 17, and Jason Smallage, number 3. For the Red Knights, getting another start in net, the sophomore Ryan Bischel, only a youngster who played a lot last year as a 9th grader. He won his last game 4-1 in the St. Louis Park tournament last week that Benilde hosted. Coach Ken Pauley really happy with the effort of both of his goaltenders, Jalen Long and Bischel. Bischel coming in with an .896 save percentage and a .269 goals against. You take a look at that senior line led by Carter Rue, the center, Mark Taskey, big left winger, and also Chase Jungles. That's the big unit for Benilde. Probably see a lot of line matching today, as you see a lot of kids on both of these teams are headed for college opportunities and junior opportunities. The Red Knights, coached by longtime Benilde St. Margaret's coach Ken Pauley, who I believe is in his 25th year as a head coach, including 4 years at Minnetonka. And the Vanellis, Greg and Tom Vanelli, no stranger to success at St. Thomas Academy with 5 Class A state championships. I repeat that, they won 5 Class A titles. They are now moved to AA to play large school. And after they won their last 3 titles in 11, 12, and 13, they made the decision, I think, wisely to move up, as did Benilde St. Margaret's several years ago after Benilde won the 99-01 tournament. There you see a great shot of Ryan Bischel, see the sophomore's numbers on the year, and Matt Snow, the goaltender for St. Thomas Academy, just done a workmanlike job. The senior with a .923 save percentage. If you take a look at that, he's got 7 wins on the year. The other goalie, Charlie Hallett, has got 3 Ws, and Snow is going to have some opportunities. Both teams going to match up their first lines, and that means Carter Rue, and that means Peter Tufto on the draw, 19 against 10, as you take a look at Tufto and Rue. Tufto and Rue scrambling at center ice here. 21, Bretzman, he's a big scorer. 21 for STA as an early shot on net. Behind the net, Smallage going to try to get some help from his friends, and his friend is Seamus Donahue. 17 going to break it on out. Here is Wyrock for STA, going to chip it on down. Kasky, 64, with a wedge off the glass. Momentary hold that time by Smallage. Possible 2-on-1 opportunity. Donahue, oh my, Brockman was on the back door that time, and Wyrock got it to him, and he almost able to tip it home. And here again is Brockman with an opportunity. Taken away by Jungles. Chase with the puck. The senior Jungles, right-handed shooter, taken down by Donahue hard in the corner. 17 for St. Thomas Academy, Seamus Donahue, going to the Air Force to play hockey. He's a big, strong senior blue liner. He'll log a lot of ice time, primarily paired with Jason Smallage on defense. There's a chip up by Donahue. Just able to get it towards center ice, and Augie Moore going to take that, and we're going to have our first penalty of the game. I believe an interference is going to be whistled early on here, as indeed that is what the call is. And indeed for the Red Knights, I believe that's number 8, Peter Heimbold. Heimbold going to get the gate at 15:58 of the first period. And for Peter, a blue liner, he will have to sit in the sin bin for 2 minutes. Mock first unit out there for STA, led by Tufto on the power play. STA just been lights out on the power play this year. When I went to the data, I was amazed to see that they officially are 42% on the power play this year after 10 games. 3 out of 7 times they score, and there's a rising shot by Donahue from the point, held in by Versich. Cristiano Versich, number 20, playing the right D position, the right shooting position. He's their big scorer as well. Versich, the second liner, number 20, right-handed shooter, going to Colorado College. So take a look for 20, Versich out here. There's a pass out front. Tufto not able to get a stick on it. Get the Benilde St. Margaret's fans chanting. Here is Versich, going to chip it over to Donahue. They're going to log a lot of ice together. Wayward pass goes nowhere, and for the first 50 seconds of the power play, things going the Benilde way. Benilde going to change their defensive pairing, as now they're going to have Mayer out there with Austin, Nick Austin, Ford trying to get a stick on Versich out front, and here is Nick Austin just going to find an open spot and leg it all the way down. Austin, of course, if you followed Benilde hockey the last few years, you recognize the Austin name as his older brother, Johnny. And there's also a tie-in here with Augie Moore, a third-line player for Benilde, a junior whose brother, TJ Moore, was a stalwart for Benilde for 4 seasons on that top unit. So just 30 seconds remaining. Here is Kasky, 64 for the Red Knights, as it gets to center ice. Spinning around in the neutral zone. Wyrock going to chip it back to his blue line. There's Hurley, number 6, going to get the puck. You're going to see him on defense a lot tonight, the blue liner, and he is with the puck right now. Hurley, Brian Hurley. He's already, fans, if you can believe this, Hurley, number 6, is already committed to Ohio State as a 10th grader. So take a look for that big left-handed shooter at blue line. Here is Hurley with the puck. Both teams are at full strength, and he's just going to wrist it. And unfortunately for him, it hits Kasky in the breadbasket, so he's able to chip it down. Hurley still out there with Stucker on defense. Jungles in the first unit going to change up here as the Red Knights are now at full strength. And here is Versich, the right-handed shooter, has it nicely chipped off his stick by Austin. Versich wrist shot goes high over the glass. Versich really a crafty right-handed shooter for Cristiano Versich, number 20 there. As we mentioned, he's already committed to Colorado College. 11 goals and 19 assists on the year for 30 points. He spread out. They spread out their first 2 units by having Versich play on the second line. They're balancing out his unit with the Brotzman, Tuffman, Wyrock line. And then you're going to see the third unit out here right now, which is Hallam, 22, McDonald, and Hardy for STA. Here is Hallam working his way in the corner, going to throw it back to Donahue. Throws it out front, a little redirect, goes nowhere as Hardy tried to get a stick on it. And the Red Knights are going to counter here with Gleekle. Cade Gleekle, number 9, centering a unit out there with Horton as well as Will Duda. Horton, number 20 there, as you see Donahue winning a big battle in the corner, using that strength and size. It's a headman pass out front, and here we have a 2-on-1 momentary break. A chip ahead and a nice job and an even better follow, and we've got a goal at the 12:59 mark. Not a surprise there, as number 2 lights the lamp for STA, and indeed that's Rob Stucker coming up from his defense position. He officially gets the goal, but that third line unit there with Hallam, McDonald, and Hardy going to get credit for him. And you also have out there, the second pair of defense, so that third line making a good offensive opportunity, and Stucker going to get credited for the first goal here. Only a sophomore. Let's see if we can get the assist momentarily. Looked like Hallam and McDonald on the assist. So Hallam and McDonald from him at 12:52, and STA with an early 1-0 lead. Not a thing that Bischel could done. He made the initial save, puck lane to his right, and just nobody home there. And Johnny on the spot indeed was Stucker. STA controlling action offensively in the Red Knights zone, and a one-time opportunity by Breitzman just fires wide of the net, and we're going to have a break this time for Sims and the Red Knights. Here's Jerry Callinger going to work it up the other side to Lawton, and Lawton, number 3, Jack Lawton stepped up from his D slot and was able to get a stick on that before we had a whistle. So batten down the hatches Tuesday night. This should be a good one. As we mentioned, STA ranked 3rd in Class AA. They're 10-0. Last week they won the Schwann's Gold Tournament at Ritter Arena, which is the big tournament in the state. They took out Burnsville. They had a win earlier this year, 9-3 over Minnetonka. And of course, Benilde had a great week last week, winning 2 out of 3 in their tournament. And the one that they lost was to Lakeville North, the number 1 team in Minnesota, who was 2-2. It was 2-2. Oh, and there's a redirect and another opportunity, and Cristiano Versich, 20, gets his 12th of the year on a beautiful tap in on a pass to the corner. So Versich, number 20, at the 11:58 mark. Cristiano Versich, the senior, with goal number 12. Let's take a look there at some of his comment. Bill Jerry, the right winger, and Nevin Gupta on that line as well. I think it was, I may be mistaken, but I think it was Bill Jerry, number 9, who passed that out front. And early on, 2 quick goals within 50 seconds. And you can see why Versich is making his way to CC is not a thing Ryan Bishop could do about that on that tap in. Here is Jerry, the center out there. Yeah, 20 from 18 and 9. So Versich from Gupta and Jerry at the 11:58 mark makes it 2-0 in favor of STA. After the faceoff win, another break here for STA. Our opportunity, Versich chips it over to a friend there on the weak side. And indeed, that was number 10 who's circling the wagons. Indeed, that's Tommy Dolan. Also one of the real big operators for them, Tommy Dolan, the sophomore. And here's held in again here. This time, wrist shot thrown on net. An excellent pressure by Hurley, number 6, from his blue line spot. Olsen misses a beat that time in a 2-on-1 for the Red Knights, and a shot just rises high of Snow, as that was a great opportunity on the weak side by Zach Risto, who's in Red Knights' best player. Here's Versich one-on-one against Newhouse. Couple of great players, and indeed that time Ben Newhouse gets the best of Risto and then hauls him down in his own zone. Nobody saw the call, but nice job that time defensively. Benilde going to take it on the possession. Here's Lawton going to have it chipped up to center, and indeed you are going to have icing whistled on the play, as I believe that was number 26, Will Duda out there as well. Risto doing a great job on the second unit for Benilde. 10 goals and 4 assists for the junior. He's really been one of the stalwarts and most well-rounded MVP-type players of the year this far for Coach Pauley's crew. Both teams going to change it up. Smallage out there on defense along with Schmidt right now. Max Schmidt, number 4, out there at his right blue line spot. After the face-off win, Benilde controls behind their own net. Here is Girardi, number 5, who's going to lay his man out from his blue line spot. And again, here's a possible breakout for Benilde as Mayer chips it out from his left D slot. Horton going to wheel at center ice and try to back check for the Red Knights. Puck chipped off the glass, and Horton works it to his D and is passed on down. Unfortunately, Bristow not able to get a stick on that, as they're going to change partially. STA with 10:08 remaining jumps to an early 2-0 lead with 2 quick goals. Opportunity that time as 22 Hallam, as both teams playing 3 lines now. That third unit for STA gets one early, and Hallam out there again with his crew. Wouldn't be surprised today if you see a lot of even a 4th line on occasion. Oh, that one shot out front in a shallow angle shot, and Snow had to be Johnny on the spot, as 21 Bratzman was right there to help back check as well, or Benilde might have cut into that 2-1 lead. Kasky with a forecheck, 2-on-0. He's got Jungles in the middle, cross pass to Jungles, going to the backhand. Snow just gets a piece of it. Kasky with a nice steal, and Jungles with a nice backhand opportunity. A lot of fire wagon hockey being played today, I'll tell you. And indeed, Tufto going to circle at center ice. Peter Tufto, 19 for STA. He's a USA Select 17, one of the top 20 players in the country for his age. Passing it over to Bratzman. Bratzman, who's committed, as we mentioned, with 7 points over the weekend, last week, including 2 goals in the championship game of the Schwann Cup Gold Division. So Bratzman is number 21 out there, just trying to help you at home. Schmidt out there pushes it up the wall, and STA going to regroup. Here is Versich getting some help as he tries to dangle out front. Oh, he passes it out front of Gupta, but it's taken away momentarily by the Red Knights. And here is Cade Gleagle. He just can chip it down before he absorbs a blow on the near wall here from Gupta. Halfway home in the first stanza, 8:25 remaining. STA early with a 2-0 advantage. Nice share by Peter Heimbold, who had the penalty earlier, comes off. Throws a check on and throws that weight around for the blue liner, Heimbold. Delayed offside is not whistled as the Red Knights retouch at the blue line. Cross ring pass over to Gupta. Gupta 18, taken off by Heimbold, but Gupta able to work it to Versich, who shoots it on in. Here is Nikki Austin again, number 4. Tries to break it out. Wrist out, not able to do that. And here's Callinger, 24, just going to chip it down and go chase for the Red Knights. Hurley, number 6, has Donahue out there with his partner right now defensively. Nice step up at the red line here, and Girardi with a nice play. Girardi sporting number 5 for the Red Knights at his right B slot. Gonna have the puck right there, work a cross ring pass, and a nice job executing as Horton gonna kick it on in and get the change that the Red Knights needed. Both teams finished their change, and here's a break for STA right now. Oh, and a nice job by Girardi as well as Rue there on the back check. And here is Will Duda. He's going cross rink to Jungles. He finds him. Not a lot of forward momentum that Jungles had, but he did make the effort to make the catch on the pass. Did have it taken away though. Oh, Donahue runs a few 180 moves and eventually loses one of the Red Knight players, and you can see why he's such a skilled performer. Ben Newhouse, number 6, using those captain-like moves as he gains possession of the zone as he battles one-on-one with Donahue, and Donahue gets the best of him that time. Trying for the home run pass, but nobody home that time as Breitzman was open at the far blue line, getting some help this time from Wyrock. Breitzman again going for that hard right side, and he just rifled it high over Bischel's shoulder. Red Knights with a complete 5-man change. STA going to dump it down again, and it looked to me at that time like here's a break again, 1-2 opportunity, and a nice shot thrown on net. Nicely done by Breitzman in that first unit out there. As there you see the remnants as Augie Moore made sure that Bischel was supported and no rebound effort was tapped in there for the Red Knights, or for STA. Take a look at number 19, Tufto, who was Johnny on the spot trying to follow that play. STA is going to finish their change here. Glad you could join us here on St. Louis Park 16 Sports for a doozy. The 3rd-ranked STA Cadets against the 11th-ranked Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights here. This is a rematch, by the way, of last year's game. 3-on-1 opportunity, chipped out front. Oh, and an opportunity for Gupta on the redirect, but Gupta, 18, not able to get that done as Versich had a nice pass over to him. Puck held in by Versich there at the point, and here's Gupta. And it looks like the net has come off its moorings as Bill Jerry, number 9, the 2nd-line center, another junior. Several seniors on the STA crew. You've got Wyrock, Brotzman, and Tufto, the 1st-line, all seniors. Gupta and Versich, also seniors on the 2nd unit. And then, of course, we've talked about Donahue, the real veteran blue liner back there, as well as Max Schmidt. For Benilde, a couple of seniors on their 1st line in Kasky and Jungles. That Paul, oh, a very dangerous play. That's the shot. I don't know if everybody could see that at home, but Brian Hurley's shot from the point hit a stick, and it was like a major league pop-up as it went right to the middle, and Ryan Bischel, don't know if he has a baseball background, but he high-wire acted that one into his mitt. 5:30 remaining in the 1st stanza. Nikki Austin going to chip it around. Duda going to corral that, see if he can find Callinger, but taken away. Oh, nice job again by Duda as he had it taken away, but now he regains possession. Chipped off his stick as Stucker, who's got one of the goals for STA, does that. Here's Versich again, right-handed shooter. What a move for the, oh, and he tails it out front. It does hit a skate and go in, but I think they're going to say a kicking motion that he kicked it in, number 9. Too bad we don't have a replay on that as Bill Jerry was cruising for the net. Versich beat his man cleanly, number 20, that young man right there, with a nice move, and then he shipped it over to the middle to Bill Jerry, but Jerry was being tied up by the Benilde blue liner. I think that was Lawton, and in effect, I think the puck went in off the skate. I could not tell whether it was a kicking motion or not, but I think that's what Dave Mansford, the head referee over there, is talking to the Vanellis about, that he must have interpreted as a kicking situation. That's why there was no goal. So Benilde able to dodge the bullet here, and the Hallam, McDonald, Hardy line out there for STA with Donahue and Smallage on defense here. Face off to the left of Bischel. Nice face-off win, and Jungles with speed as he hits the red line, makes a nice move on Donahue, backdoor pass. Oh, and an even better save by Snow as he drops the left pad and slides over to stop Mark Caskey on a beautiful opportunity as Jungles found him. That was a beautiful face-off win for the Red Knights and an even better execution by that first line unit. Well done. Here's a break for that. Here's a break for STA as they gain possession, and Hallam going to redirect it towards the net where McDonald kind of puts a part of a piece of the puck on that. And Bischel going to see. We mentioned Bischel in net for the Red Knights. Seen a lot of action this year. He's 3-3-2 on the season. Jalen Long also played the Lakeville North and Prior Lake game last week, so they've been really getting a lot of work together. And of course, Bischel, just a young man. You know, he's only a sophomore. Got a lot of minutes as a ninth grader last year. I know Coach Pauly really excited about his future and the leadership he'll provide in future years. Lawton over there with Gleekel on the back check, and it is Lawton who's going to take it away. Looks like he's got it up to Duda, who's just going to dump it in, where Callinger, 24, going to win that race to the puck over Donahue. A couple of STA defenders going to make quick work of one of the Benilde forecheckers momentarily, and reverse direction of the puck. Callinger on a nice forecheck almost causes a turnover here. Worked up the far wall, and here is Wyrock, who's going to cross rink it over to Tufto. Tufto, right-handed shooter, still being harassed by, by Newhouse. Was able to get the pass off. Whoa, thrown out to the point. A little takedown activity there as Bratesman went down, 21. Here's Gleekel on his own. Cade Gleekel, the junior, just came over this year from Blake. He is a junior. 3 goals on the year for Cade. Excellent hockey if you just joined us. 3rd-ranked STA and 11th-ranked Benilde. Just 3 1/4 to go in the first period. Opportunity possibly top of the line here. Here is Hurley with a hard slapper, and Bischel able to get that right pad down, redirect towards the corner. STA, again, as they have a lot of the period, able to hold it in with a lot of good speed at their wing positions and some aggressive forechecking with that third winger, often going, not always staying high, but sometimes dropping deep. McDonald in the corner there. Cross rink pass. Oh, and Hallam got a stick on it, but not able to quite finish. Here's Augie Moore. The teams are matching their third units here, and here again is Hurley. Brian Hurley, of course, we mentioned, already committed to Ohio State as a sophomore. I believe he's Connor Hurley's brother, the star player who played at STA and Edina in the past. And here is Donahue as he makes a move on one of the Red Knight blue liners and passes it out front. And there's Hardy just going to dump it in as STA going to finish their change. And Nicky Austin going to start things up on the far side. Right-handed shooter hits red line and just dumps it into Caskey. And unfortunately for Caskey, I think he's going to draw the offsides infraction. So 2 goals within a minute of each other, 5 minutes into the period from Stucker and Versich has been all she wrote, but that 1-minute exchange did produce a nice advantage for STA. Here's Rue on the face-off against Jerry. Jerry number 9 and Rue 10 locked up. Of course, Carter has an older brother named TJ that also played at Totino and then came over here to Benilde as well. Caskey going to cross rink it over to Jungles, not able to get it through, but taken away again. Oh, backdoor pass hits Caskey. Caskey got a part of a stick on it, but Jerry had back checked him effectively. Here's Heimbold with a snapper, thrown on net. A nice shot by Peter. Ooh, and a cross rink pass is almost rattled home as well by Rue. His first unit for Benilton, getting some excellent pressure back to the point. Opportunity for Austin. Wrist shot thrown hard on net, and Snow with an excellent chance. Nice quick snapshot by Nicky Austin, number 4. And there you see Carter Root making a friend there with Donahue. A little push after the whistle. Really some excellent work by that first unit for BSM as the Caskey, Jungles, and Rue line really worked with their point men well, and you saw a great snapshot by Nicky Austin. Horton on the draw here for BSM as he's matched up with Tufto. Horton wins that draw, quick opportunity. Doesn't make it through, and Horton going to finish a check aggressively for BSM on Donahue. Here is Lawton. He's got Newhouse over at the other spot. Newhouse just going to work it away here. Here is Lawton, number 3. Chipped high, hits something up. I believe that hit Wyrock and goes high in the air there. Lawton erased on the far wall here as Wyrock got an arm around him, almost in a sense of a holding situation here. They're still holding on as Lawton doesn't want to give any ground, and Callinger banging over there too. You see Risto, number 19. Nobody wins yet. With 1 minute remaining, STA going to gain possession. And indeed, here is Bratesman. 21 going to get it in for them, and Stucker going to take it back at his blue line and try to work it up for STA. Lawton. Newhouse. Cross rink pass, beautifully executed. Unfortunately, Risto couldn't get the stick on it, or he would have had a momentary break. Newhouse with the hold, going to work it off the far wall, pass it to himself, pass it again to himself. Tufto checking that center ice, 2-on-1 here. Let's see if Bratzman can make it 1-on-1 now. Bratzman tried to go to his forehand, and Nick Austin able to hold his ground and stop that opportunity. Just 15 to go here. STA going to change one of their forwards here. Just 10 seconds remaining. Oh, just a wild pass out to the point. Nobody home that time. And a bank shot opportunity executed that time by Hurley. Kind of a blind pass was thrown behind the Red Knight zone, and it was just thrown up the near wall, and there was no Red Knight winger to receive the pass. Luckily for them, Hurley received the pass, but then instead of shooting the puck, he chose to try to bank it aggressively off the dasher board in the back and try to create a play where there might be a bang-bang opportunity, but he wasn't able to do so. If you take a look here, a couple of nice saves for Matt Snow and STA in net for the first period. Quick summary before we step away. At the 12:52 mark, Rob Stucker, the sophomore blue liner for STA, scores his first goal of the season. Nice time to do so. And he gets an assist, I believe, by number 22, Josh Hallam. And number 16, McDonald, does that third line came through for STA. And then literally just 54 seconds later, one of the people we told you to watch out for, number 20, Cristiano Versic for STA, the young man who's going to Colorado College, gets his 12th goal of the year for the senior. And a beautiful executed play as he received a pass from Bill Jerry on the far side and shoveled it right by Ryan Bischel. I want to make a mention of this right now before we go to break. For those of you watching live tonight, you can watch this game on the internet on ParkTV.org. If you do want to buy a copy of this game, it is $10 for a DVD if you order 3 or more. And go to ParkTV.org, or else you can call the number that Paul has up on the screen, 924-2635. You can watch for live web streaming, on-demand programming, buy DVDs. Paul Broden, our crack director, also has everything put onto our St. Louis Park YouTube page. So take advantage of that. Make sure you stick with us tonight. We're going to break just for a few minutes on 16. A good one is third-ranked STA out early, 2-0 over the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights. Stick with us on 16. Back to the Rec Center on Tuesday, January 6th. We are live, and you are looking at St. Thomas Academy. The Cadets coming westward to take on Benilde St. Margaret's in a non-conference boys hockey action. STA with 2 first-period goals, 50 seconds apart to take an early lead. And if you are a big high school hockey fan, obviously these teams are going to play again a week from today, Tuesday, January 13th. Benilde plays at St. Thomas Academy. And in talking to Coach Hawley, last year they met on January 7th here, so almost a year ago to the day. That happened to be a 4-3 Benilde overtime win, so really a good battle between these Catholic school teams, and they're going to meet again next Tuesday as Mr. Matt Snow looks on from his goaltender position and ready to drop the puck and face it off. Peter Tufto will take the draw against Rue for Benilde to start things off here in the second period. Cross-ring pass beautifully laid onto Tufto's hands. Here is Wyrock, 11. Not able to control that, unfortunately for him, but Caskey going to back check and take it away. Nice backhanded pass by Lawton. So he'll be able to work it over there, and I believe Newhouse and him are going to play catch before Jack going to cross ice it as well. Fortunately for the Red Knights, Caskey was in way offside as he thought the puck was going in deep, so he has to retouch, and that causes Wyrock to push it all the way down, and they gain momentum as well. Just 40 seconds into the second period here at the Rec Center. As you mentioned, St. Thomas Academy 10-0 on the season, trying to get their 11th straight win. They won all 3 games last weekend in the Gold Swan Cup. Here's a break on a 2-on-1, possible wrist shot, and an even better fake that time as Peter Tufto faked the wrist shot, actually went into the shooting position, and then cross-rinked it beautifully after the steal, and Alec Brotzman, number 21, going to rattle that home. Brotzman going to rattle home his 13th goal of the season here at the 55-second mark. And it's too bad we don't have replay on that, because it was a beautiful takeaway by Tufto, who's just a fabulous senior centerman. And Tufto going to get that assist on the Brotzman goal, his 13th of the year at 55 seconds. And not a thing Ryan Bishop could do in net as well. So those goals in the first minute or last minutes of period, we saw that in the girls game we had earlier. Jefferson had 3 of their 4 goals in the last 2 minutes of a period, and it really helps. So see if the momentum still maintains the STA way. Here is Versich, and that second unit for them. Cristiano already have 1 goal on the game. He's out there with Gupta and Jerry for STA as they chip it, but held in by Hurley momentarily, and then chipped over to Schmitz. Here's Versich again, wheeling, doing a 360 at center ice. He's circling the wagons, passes it to himself. He spent a little bit of time at the pond. Here's Risto, the junior for BSM. Nice drop pass that time, and Augie Moore with the wrister. And Augie going to follow his shot opportunity and chip it behind the net so BSM can finish their change here. 15-10 remaining in the second period. Take away that time, and Jerry going to get it out to center ice, where Versich going to get a stick on it and try to regroup the Cadets. Nice cross-ring pass diagonally all the way down. Unfortunately for them, Jerry not able to get a stick on it. STA going to retouch. Also finish their line change, and here's Schmitz being harassed by Duda. Oh, he throws it, what he thought was a clear the puck. It hit the referee and stays in the zone, and Duda able to forecheck and hold it in for BSM. So a little break there for Benilde. And they still hold it in for a second. And here is Hardy with the puck. Hardy going to try to beat the defender, and Bishop going to four on it. Excuse me, as Hardy and Hallam had an opportunity to rush hard for the net, and Bishop wisely squeezes it at the 14:25 minute mark. So Tuesday night hockey here from St. Louis Park as the Red Knights and STA, 2 teams that have won 7 Class A state tournaments. And it looks like Coach Pauly having a discussion over there with his coaches. He's decided something you normally never do. Benilde is going to take a timeout. They only get 1 per game, and they're using it here at the 14:27 mark of the second period. Obviously, Coach Pauly, definitely a fiery leader. He's also one to really challenge his guys in practice, let alone every year they probably play the hardest schedule in the state. And he wants them to get ready for the playoffs. Obviously, they did the last couple of years, obviously, with the state title in 2012, led by Lebowski and Bessie and company. And quite a few graduations. So, but even though the Red Knights have a 5-2 record, they've had wins over Eden Prairie, Prior Lake, Coley Family, Elk River, Eastwood. So, you know, even the games they've lost have been against some of the best teams you're going to see. As we mentioned, Coach Pauly told me that last week they played Lakeville North here, and Lakeville North, as everyone knows, is #1 in the state. They've already beaten Edina, which is Edina's #2, and that was Edina's only loss. Coach Pauly said it was 2-2 with only 5 minutes remaining in the game. That his kids are really competing hard. They're right there, and he's getting good senior leadership from that Caskey Jungles Rube crew. So here off the timeout, let's see if Pauly can regroup the passes. Rue out there on the draw for BSM. as he took it against Tufto as both first units match against each other. Kasky tries to take a cross-ring pass, and too bad for BSM. Jungles wasn't at the red line, so he actually iced the puck when he couldn't get it to Kasky's side. So both first units still up there. You'll see a lot of line matching, obviously. First line against first line, second line against second line. Tufto was going to battle against Rue, but Rue gets tossed out of the face-off circle. Jungle's going to take the draw for BSM. Tufto doesn't like the angle there. Goes to the forehand to try to win the draw. Newhouse going to corral it and work it up the board here. Newhouse and company not able to get it out, although Kasky is able to finally chip it. And here is Tufto. He's got Wyrock weak side. Oh, and then he cross-rinks it again. Wyrock with a nice pass to Brockman. Brockman not able to get a stick on it or tap it in there. Here's that first unit again for them as these units battle hard and heavy. Here is Wyrock, gets a stick on it. Lawton helping his goalie, going to ease it back into Bischel's breadbasket, and Bischel gets the glove on it. In case you're familiar with that name Lawton, by the way, I think a lot of people would know this, but Jack Lawton is Brian Lawton's son, who was the Minnesota North Stars' first overall choice in 1983, and Brian a longtime agent as well as a GM for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So I saw him in attendance here tonight, enjoying his son play his senior year here at BSM. Chipped up the wall here. STA going to hold again. Mayer not able to get it out. 18 for BSM from his blue line spot. Risto being harassed in his own zone with an aggressive STA forecheck. Hardy 8 out there. Hallam throws it back to the blue line. Corral behind their own net. STA going to work it up. Chipper was well ahead. Here's McDonald, 16. Mayer going to cut him off at the pass. Nicely done by Mayer as he actually holds him back. Another cross ice pass as well. That third unit just going to miss there. At that time, Hallam just tried to go high onto the crossbar. Wrist shot thrown on net that time as Stucker going for his second goal, number 2, from his defense slot, just misses the angle. Hurley going to take over at his far blue line, the sophomore Hurley. We talked about his commitment already to Ohio State as only a 10th grader. And here's Versich off the fresh line change with a fresh set of wheels, Cristiano. And a nice back check by BSM that time, as I think that was Mayer who got a stick on him and helped stop that opportunity. 12.5 to go here in the second stanza, still sitting at 2-0. There's a possible break again. Oh, and a shot thrown out net, and a nice save by Bischel that time, as I believe that was that. Yeah, it was. It was a beautiful opportunity, and I think that was Nevin Gupta, number 18. I don't know if that's the way to pronounce the name, but 18, the senior Gupta, almost tried to tap that in off the cross pass from Bill Jerry that he received. So another opportunity to try to build on the 3-0 lead that they've got so far. Officially, the shots on goal in the first period were 9-6 in front of STA. So a heads up there. BSM going to gain the line here as Gleekle, number 9, operating behind the STA goal. Gleekle and Callinger back there as they work it for BSM. Cross ring pass goes wide as he tried to find Dolan on that one. Another aggressive forward check by Jerry. And falls harmlessly into the front row there. We mentioned Benilde and STA are going to meet again next Tuesday, January 13th. For Benilde, they've got another game this Thursday at Chanhassen, and for STA, if you want to see them, they are playing a cross ice or a big rivalry game for STA this Thursday, January 8th. They're at Matamidi. Matamidi 11-1, so that's a big game. Both teams were in the Metro East Conference forever together, so that's a real war. So here's Jungles off the faceoff and cross out front. Kasky got a nice stick on it and almost robbed blindly that time. Great play by Jungles and Kasky. They work it together well. Kasky almost gets the goal on the redirect tap in. Not sure what the situation is here, but it was a nicely done save by Snow out front. Kasky having some words with the official, trying to get him to call him there. I'm not sure exactly what the issue is. Snow did a beautiful job holding his spot when Jungles crossed that. That first unit going to stay out there for BSM. Tufto again with his crew, and there's some aggressiveness here. It looks like Tufto going to get thrown out of the dish, and Brockman going to take the draw for STA. Jungles trying to create some room off the face-off. Rue wins the draw back to the point. Lawton going to make a nice move off Risto. Wrist shot just misses the corner of the net. Nicely executed. Held in for BSM. Rue and Jungles out there. And here is Risto with the puck. Excuse me, Tufto with the puck. Got my 19s mixed up. Tufto's 19 for STA. Here's Peter. Benilde on the takeaway here. Puck moves toward center ice. Newhouse with just a chipper in, but nicely blocked and held that time by Smallage from defense. And here is Smallage again, going to start things the other way as he finds Wyrock. Wyrock, oh, a nice shot on a beautiful toe drag by Tufto. Almost got it, but Bishop with a nice save. Here's some good forechecking again by Tufto. Called his name a lot tonight, number 19, the captain. It's all senior third line. Here's Kasky again trying to get the Jungles pass. Jungles runs a 360 to go. And here's a 2-on-1. Let's see what happens here. Oh, that was exactly what the doctor ordered for Benilde, but it's chipped out front again. Tufto was held on as long as he could in the red knight blue liner. Held on to the puck. Another 3-on-1, this time for Benilde. Backdoor play from Rue. And unfortunately for them, Horton not able to chip it in for BSM. And now at 3-on-2 the other way for STA as it's Firewagon hockey. A little stop and pop move, and Hallam going to push it behind the net for STA. He's got Hardy back there, forechecking hard on Augie Moore. Augie and Horton are trying to break it out here, but a nice hold by Hurley. Under 10 minutes in the second period here. Horton and Hurley out there battling, and Hurley going to try to corral it for STA on the far end. So good opportunities both ways. I can see a possible goals each side have been scored, and that man, Mr. Snow, you can see why he had a .923 save percentage and a 1.6 goals against going into the game. That's for sure. Take a look at Peter Heimbold, number 8 over there for the Red Knights. Another key contributor. Jerry, forecheck for STA, back to the point. Nice cross-ice pass work. Real good speed and good spacing for the defense for STA. Here's Versich operating with the right-handed shot angle. Oh, nice backhand pass out front, and Jerry got a nice little quick wrister on the net. Another icing. You don't often see icings of this quantity with teams of this skill set who can skate so fast and have such quality performers. A lot of speed out there at both the wings, and the defenses are excellent at going D to D on their passes and breakouts as well. Be interesting if Benilde does more with their, usually when you're down 3-0, even though it's halfway through the game, it'll be interesting what they do with their third forward, if they keep him high on the forecheck offensively, or if they have him pinch down even more, or have one of the D pinch up to try to create some more offense. Plenty of time to go as Heimbold going to cross rink it over Callinger. Callinger tried to break it out, but he hit the instep of the inside of the skate that time of Wyrock. Held in again by Hurley, who just chips it. Defense for STA, good speed and good size, able to pick their moments when they want to jump up into the play, and also they have the wheels to catch it up front or on the boards. Here's a possible break, and a nice job by Hurley, able to get a stick on that Callinger rush. Held in momentarily by Benilde and thrown on net, where Snow gonna get a stick on it, because if he wouldn't have, Duda was right there to take the rebound. Hurley gonna just get a stick on it and throw it down, where Versich gonna win the race against Lawton. Versich gets upended a little and has to adjust his face mask. Here's Breitzman. He's got one already. Backhand pass thrown out front. Wow, he tried to find Tufto. Tufto not able to put a stick on it. Nice job with the skate that time by Breitzman. And now we're going to have a penalty whistled, I guess this time. A little delay, and it's on STA. 2-on-1 opportunity. Jungles has got Rue wrist shot right on net. So a 2-on-1 emerges after the break. And for BSM, they're going to go on the power play here in the second period at the 8:01 mark. And it was interesting. for a moment, neither team was sure who was going to get the penalty, but it is on that man right there. Peter Tufto going to get saddled with I think he got saddled with an interference call for the senior assistant captain. So for BSM, they're 20% on the year on their power play, chance for them to get one. STA on the year, 83% on their penalty kill. So we'll see if any of those numbers change dramatically here. Looks like you got Rue, Jungles, Newhouse, Risto, and Kasky out there for BSM. Trying to get a handle on some of the numbers for STA. I can see Donahue out there on defense. Newhouse back at the point, paying catch with Jungles. Jungles over to Rue. Rue going to throw it on net, goes wide. Good hold that time by Newhouse. Being checked hard. Whoa! And we're going to maybe get a 5-minute as Donahue threw Kasky in the boards really hard with a cross check. I don't know if we have that on the replay. That was right by our camera down there. But you could see with the strength and size that Seamus Donahue has, number 17, he cross-checked him from behind. And I guess he's only given him 2, but that's a 2-man advantage now for 1:42 as Donahue gets the gate. So 5-on-3 hockey and probably two of the 4 best players for STA sitting in the box. So 5-on-3 for Benilde here. Keep in mind, if they can score 1, then only 1 guy gets out of the box, so they'd still have another power play. So same offensive unit for the power play for Benilde. And the 3 gentlemen that are out there for STA include Cristiano Versic, the only forward. Jungle's going to line it up and throw it hard. Held in, even though it was blocked momentarily. Hurley going to work there. Hurley trying to box one of the players out of the way so his goaltender Snow can see. Jungle's out front, top of the umbrella. Newhouse on the short side, cross rink pass. Rue gets a stick on it, but it falls harmlessly into the corner. Ooh. Still 1:05 remaining in the 2-man advantage. Kasky going to corral it over to Newhouse. Newhouse and Jungles trying to get an angle to get the shot through, and unfortunately for him, possible breakaway on the 5-on-3 there. You don't often see that, but Breitzman made a nice block on that play. Beautiful block, and then he almost corralled it and went all the way. 45 seconds remains in the 2-man advantage. Same unit out there for BSM. Jerry out there to play the forwards top there, and there is Jerry, number 9. Jungles still moving the puck at the top, back to him. He's got Newhouse on the near side, still over to Rue. Rue fans on it. Looks like Stucker going to just chip it into the corner. Just 22 seconds remaining. BSM still hasn't got a shot on net, even though they've had fine puck possession. Jungles over here. Looks like Rue Ristow going to get the rebound, backhand pass. And unfortunately Newhouse not able to one-time that in the net as Ristow was able to corral. Zach had a nice pass out front. That's going to do it for the 2-man, and only 15 seconds remain in the 1-man advantage as we hit the 6-minute mark. That was a golden opportunity to cut the lead to 3-1. Here's Kasky again, still out there for quite a while. He's going to drop pass it all the way. Looks like Girardi and Mayer out there on the blue line, and Mayer going to throw it on net where Mr. Snow going to do a nice job. He's made, a few really high-quality saves, and obviously, played a fantastic schedule, and obviously going against some of the high-end talent that they have in practice, he's proven up to the task so far. Looks like Gleekel out there to take the draw for BSM. He's out there with Duda and Callinger. Mix things up a little bit. Mayer with a wrist shot and going right to left, a slide move off the T-push for Mr. Snow there. A lot of the goalies playing the butterfly style or kind of a hybrid. Where obviously there's a lot of changes in the goaltending position over the years. Mayer throws it on what he thought was on net, but it did scoot a little bit wide, and it's all the way down into the BSM zone where he chips it off the board. Right back to center ice. Mayer being forechecked by Hallam. Here's Duda going to cross rink at this time, try to receive the pass back from Callinger, but nobody home. And here's Gleekel on the forecheck again behind the net. Ridden out nicely that time by Schmidt back there. It's a cross rink pass. McDonald, 16, got the puck. Kind of a little fire plug there, smaller guy, right-handed shooter. Nobody home at center ice. Gleekle going to get that again. A little 3-on-2 possibly if Gleekle can go quick to do it. A wrister. Oh, I believe that hit somebody out front, and I believe it looked like Jared Girardi crashed the net there and might have made some contact with the net. Was knocked off its mooring. So 4:39 remaining. Just one goal so far in the second period. It was from St. Thomas Academy. And with 4.5 to go. Here's Ristow with a nice steal, throws it right out front to Horton. Horton with a shot, Ristow rebound, he goes at it again twice. And a beautiful opportunity by Zach Ristow, the junior. We mentioned him pregame. 10 goals to lead the Red Knights on the season and 4 assists for the junior. And he's really done some nice things tonight. He made a nice pass out front. Horton had a great opportunity to finish that off, and he wristed it right into the net, or right into the goalie, and then he tried to follow that without any success. So just 4:29 remaining in the battle of the ranked clubs. So yeah, as I mentioned, STA ranked third. You got Lakeville North at 12-0 ranked first, and then Edina I think is 11-1-2 and ranked second. Their only loss was to Lakeville North. Gaining possession for STA is Bratesman. Loses it. Red Knights going to return flow here as Lawton's pass goes home, but we're going to have I believe we're going to have either a cross check or maybe a slashing call is going to be whistled on STA here. So they've had 2 power plays so far, and now that man, one of the better players for STA, Alec Bratesman, going to be saddled with a penalty with only 4:06 remaining. And we'll see, almost imperative that Benilde get one on the board here. They had a good opportunity with the 2-man advantage a few minutes ago, but Bratesman, one of the better players too. So Rue out there with a cast of regulars, including Jungles and Newhouse. Here's Kasky with it down low here, being harassed by Donahue. Cristiano Versich also out there for STA. Hurley going to harass one of the BSM players. Versich gets a stick on that. Rue behind the net. Oh, he's got Ristow right out front. Wasn't able to get him the pass clean. Newhouse going to wrist it towards the net, but nobody home there. Really doing a nice job as Versich got a stick on that, and he's going full speed to try to beat Newhouse all the way down. And he finishes that check hard. Newhouse gets it up to Jungles, though, who rattles the cage all the way over to Kasky. 1:15 remaining in the penalty, and Donahue able to break it out as STA coaches Vanelli and Vanelli are trying to get their defensive core to switch, but they weren't able to do so. Here's Ristow, the junior, 19, looking for his 11th. Stop and go move on Donahue, who grabs him, but is able to thwart his momentum. Kasky going to finish the check on Donahue, and STA able to get it to the red line, though. Only 50 seconds remaining in the power play now. BSM being held a lot to the outside on the power play. Nice job by the blue liners, able to keep good angle for Snow to see the pucks out front, keep it in the clearing. Olsen behind the net. Oh, and there was a beautiful opportunity by BSN as the puck was passed out front. There was a great opportunity for Lawton, who was playing up on a forward slot in front of the net, and at the very last second, I think that was number 6, Hurley, who got a small piece of Lawton's stick and caused what was a golden opportunity to just chip high. Cross-ring pass this time, nobody home here, and Smalla just going to chip it down, and that's going to do it for the power play. So another important kill for STA, and with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the second period, Benilde going to try to regroup, and STA going to go on the forecheck again here. Gleekle, of course, who had a really good brother who also played at Blake and Benilde. And here's with some speed across. Possible break by Wyrock is neutralized in the center ice zone. Smallage behind his own net, number 3. Right-handed shooter, nice cross-ring pass, but nobody home, and we're getting an icing call. It looked like fresh out of the box, he was looking for Alec Bratesman, who had just come out of the box from a penalty about 20 seconds ago. We mentioned, obviously, STA won the big tournament last week. Final scores in that game at Ritter Arena. They beat Duluth East 4-1. Then they took out Minnetonka 9-3. And then in the championship game, they shut out Burnsville 3-0. Other good wins this year include a 11-3 whitewashing of Holy Angels, 9-0 over Hastings. They beat Minnetonka earlier, 11-0 over Sibley. So, and a good win over Wayzata on the road as well. So just a minute 20 remaining in the second period here. Donahue going to try to start things up the other way, and he's got, oh, that was an opportunity loss there. He had Breitzman able to direct a pass, but it was taken away. Augie Moore now chips it in for the Red Knights. Here is Heimbold as he gains the blue line. Peter being checked nicely by Breitzman. Here's a possible 2-on-1 opportunity for STA. Oh, and a nice job, backhanded opportunity that time. Breitzman comes back in. Tufto not able to get a shot or pass in on that chance. Now here's Ristow again, being held up nicely as he tries to make it through. But a good move by Ristow. So Fire Wagon hockey still flowing through. And here's Tufto again, 19. Gonna throw it on net. Nice save by Ryan Bischel on a straight-on shot. Rackman gonna cross rink it, but nobody home here. And Kasky with 30 to go on the clock. He'd be pushed wide by Hurley that time, as Hurley along with Stuck are going to play catch back there. Little 3-on-2. Here's Kasky. He's got Jungles on the other side. Oh, he throws it on net. I don't know if that hit the shoulder or the upper part of the netting, but no goal there for Kasky. Just 10 seconds remaining. A 3-on-2 opportunity. Wow, that was a beautiful opportunity, as indeed what happened. Cristiano Versic waited for the screen to materialize and then threw it towards the net, and it popped up in the air and went high and into the glass. So just 7 seconds remaining in the second period, and you see a nice shot of the crowd on hand here on this Tuesday evening, frigid Tuesday evening. 10-15 below tonight. I guess tomorrow's going to be the coldest day of the year. I guess you got a lot of kids hoping there's no school tomorrow. But they want the learning to occur, right, Paul? Keep the learning going. Not after the 2-week holiday. Whoa, there's almost a goal with 2 seconds to go. Backhand opportunity is thwarted there. And a flurry of activity in front of the Red Knight cage, and some pleasantries exchanged after the period that time. Basically, the summation of the second period is perhaps what I would call it is opportunities lost, as that man, Mr. Matt Snow, has done a nice job in net for STA, but 3 different power plays for the Red Knights during that second stanza. And what happened as well is only 1 goal in the period. It was at the 4:06 mark. Excuse me, it was at the 4:06 mark as Breitzman scored on a beautiful play from Tufto. And Breitzman getting, I believe that's his 13th of the year. And Tufto also a first liner, getting his 19th assist. So 3-0 for the third-ranked team. We mentioned Benilde had several opportunities to close there, including a backdoor play that went awry. We'll see what the message in the locker room is for Coach Pauly and his crew, and Coach Vanelli's. 4 Vanellis on the staff at St. Thomas Academy. You've got Greg and Tom Vanelli, and then Mike and Rob, the assistants. I don't know what they're doing to breed all those Vanellis, Paul, but good for them, right? I remember that name from the 70s when there was a Vanelli playing for the Gophers. So if you're still with us here on 16, stick with us for the third. I do want to say, so I don't forget this, if you do want to buy a copy of this game or any other games that are on 16, go to ParkTV.org, ParkTV.org. If you can remember, you can watch live web streaming, video replays. You can also, thank you, Paul, you can also call that number, and Paul will burn some DVDs for you for a fee. The live web streaming is great, the on-demand, and then Paul puts together a great YouTube page, so no reason to be left out in the cold, especially on a day like today. So stick with us for the third period here on Channel 16. Benilde St. Margaret's, we'll see if they can come back. They're down 3-0 as we go to the third.
I know what it's like to grow up in a world that looks at you very differently. Every day, many children with physical imperfections and deformities courageously face the world. Together with the Caring for Kids program from the Plastic Surgery Foundation and the Hannah Storm Foundation, there is hope. With your help, these children can get the medical procedures they need, regardless of their ability to pay. Help a child in need at thepsf.org/kids.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Rec Center. John Fromm here for the third period of our second game of the night and our sixth period here of coverage here on Park 16. Indeed, if you just tuned in, make sure you sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the third stanza. St. Thomas Academy up 3-0 over Benilde St. Margaret's, the 11th ranked team in the state. STA, of course, undefeated, 10-0 going into this game. We talked about it earlier. This is a rematch from last January's game where Benilde won 4-3 in overtime. And these teams are going to meet again next Tuesday, January 13th at STA. So looking forward to that. And I was going to say some of the other things I wanted to shout out. A shout out too. We talked about the AA boys rankings, but Hermantown is ranked number 1 in Class A for boys. Then East Grand Forks, Duluth Marshall, Matamidi, Breck, Thief River, Warrow, Denfeld, St. Paul Academy, Delano. And I wanted to throw a shout out, besides St. Thomas Academy moving up to AA, it was announced about 2 weeks ago that Duluth Marshall private school in Duluth is moving to AA next year. So I think a good thing as well for the Class A programs with the private schools having players coming from a lot of different areas. So join us here for the third. We're ready to drop the puck. Indeed we do. And Carter Rue gonna lock horns with Peter Tufto, and BSM gonna gain control after the face-off win. Mr. Jack Lawton going to shoot a slap shot all the way in that rings all the way out practically. Matter of fact, it was shot so hard that Bratesman redirected it at his own blue line back down. So we'll see what BSM does differently in this third, needing 3 goals to tie, but they do differently with their third winger. If they send all 3 deep as they are right now, all 3 are below the dashes. They're going to have to do that. Oh, and they do get control. Jungles under. Oh! Jungles received a backdoor pass there, and he had a shallow angle to throw the shot on to Matt Snow, but he just missed the upper corner for that young man, Chase Jungles, who's been, I think, a 4-year regular here at Benilde. Chase 6 goals, 9 assists on the year for the senior. Kasky, we've talked about before, 4 goals and 12 assists. And, of course, Mr. Ristow, 10 goals, so those have been the 3 big poppers so far. Here's Gleekel on the draw as he's going to lock horns with, looks like he's locking horns with Hallam on this draw. McDonald going to give chase hard as he's got an eye on Mayer for Benilde. Mayer going to change the angle of the breakout, and indeed Gleekel just going to shoot it back, thinking Duda was behind there. No go for Mr. Gleekel. Callinger on the near side here. Cross ring pass hits the middle, where unfortunately for BSM, Gleekel not able to get a handle on it. Hurley's breakout attempt does go awry, but they do chip it down. We're going to have an early icing call here. 15:47 of the third period. I'm glad my voice has stood the test of time today. I keep drinking a lot of fluids, but wasn't able to get a color man today because I did put some effort into it, and perhaps it's because I talk too much, Paul, and they don't feel like they can get a word in edgewise anyway. Exactly. Well, if we can't laugh at ourselves, why not? Nick Austin off the draw here over to Peter Heimbold, who's just going to crack it on in for the Red Knights. Possible 2-on-2 break here. Indeed, a 2-on-1, and the pass goes forward. Oh, just an opportunity lost by Breitzman there. He had a possible angle to receive that, did not get it on his stick cleanly. And here's Horton going to just chip it down. He's 1-on-3, but indeed he races hard to get the puck and does a nice job holding it in so BSM can finish their change. So nice job by Mr. Horton there. At center ice here. Here is Nick Austin. He's going to change as well as he dips it in. Carter Rue with a nice hold there. He's got Jungles right out front. Let's see if he can create an angle to get it with him. And unfortunately he can't as Stucker erases him on the play behind the net. And here's Seamus Donahue. Cross ring pass as it hit off a skate, and Jungles open in the slot here momentarily. Kasky as well, back to the point. Here's Newhouse with an opportunity to shoot it. Throws a wrist shot towards the net. Jungles rebound opportunity, shot hard. Nice job by Snow holding his own as he went left to right and cut the angle down. That was a nice job by Snow because Jungles was on the weak side there, and he had a shallow angle to try to hook it in the corner there, but Snow got it. So Jungles again, he's got Lawton over here. Oh, and I guess they're going to say Lawton was maybe a half a stride offside, so not quite sure if he was, but I don't have any say in the matter, and the gentleman sitting in front of me about 3 feet, Brian Lawton, didn't seem too upset with the call. So if Dad's not mad, I guess hopefully Jack's not either. So all right, 14:09 remaining. The Gleekle line out there as they're going to lock horns with Rick Tufto and crew here. So good contrast here, a very patriotic game. You got the blue and white from St. Thomas, and then you got the red and white for Benilde. So you got the red, white, and blue. It's a good setup. I'm the only one that maybe finds that humorous, but that's okay. Cross ring pass. Here's Gleekle at center ice. He's got Callinger on his left side. Does a nice little toe drag, but he unfortunately has his line mate skew a little off sides here. So just to talk about some of the things off last year's BSM team, Spencer Noss and Johnny Austin, Nick Austin's older brother, are playing D1 hockey at UConn. Of course, you remember the year before, 2013, obviously, Mr. Lebowski went to Colorado College. I heard he's playing junior hockey now, but he'll be playing Division I next year. And then TJ Moore also on that first line is playing, and of course, who will forget Grant Bessie, who was playing in leading scorer for the Wisconsin Badgers. Those are just 3 of the names off that state title team a couple years ago. Newhouse with a nice hold for BSM as it rattles behind the BSM net. Check on the far side here. Good footwork that time by Gleekle, as he must have a soccer background. He kicked that up to himself. Oh, but here's a possible through on Tuvik, and indeed it is. And Versich out front was trying to receive that backdoor pass and finish it, but he wasn't able to do so. Hurley going to play catch on his far blue line before they find Versich. Versus Cristiano pulls a 360 at center ice. Little dipsy-do move, goes to the backhand forehand. He's still onside, wrist shot. You can see why that young man has popped in, well, 12 goals and 19 assists, and he's headed to Colorado College. Not sure if he's playing juniors next year, but I can imagine with the skill set he has, he's almost like a magician on the ice. Just maybe they call him the Magic Man, I don't know. 12:54 remaining here. BSM gonna put out, Nick Sims out there to take the draw, number 28. Haven't seen a lot of ice today, but he's got that one, and here is Nick. Girardi going to help at the red line and just chips it in, where Sims is still on the forecheck. I think they're going to call it delayed offside here on Sims as he didn't retouch. I don't think he thought he was offside, but he's going to be infractioned, and the referee explains everything to him, and he seems to nod in approval. We mentioned St. Thomas Academy playing again this Thursday, the 8th. If you want to see another really good hockey game, they're playing Matamidi, who's 11-1. That's kind of one of their arch rivals. And Matamidi on the season, as we might have another stoppage here. Looks like we're going to have a face-off more towards the far side here, because I think they said he went in on his own. So what I was going to say, though, is they're playing Matamidi on Thursday on the road, and the Zephyrs are kind of one of their arch rivals. Matamidi, I was going to say, ranked 4th in Class A. So if you're a big hockey fan, might enjoy that, or else make sure you make it to the rematch next Tuesday of these two teams. After the face-off win, BSM going to shoot it all the way down where Mr. Snow puts it behind the net. Oh, and there's a big break for BSM as Chase Jungles is going to rattle the back of the cage. And on a really what you'd have to call a mistake by Mr. Matt Snow, he stops the puck behind the net, and unfortunately for him, he doesn't have time as he's being harassed by one of the Benilde skaters. And I didn't catch the number of the player who backhand passed it to Jungles, but one of his line mates, I'm not sure if that was Kasky or if that was Rue, but I'll tell you what, that makes it 3-1. And Chase Jungles had a wide open net, and he wasn't going to miss there. So at 12-19, we just made it a game, 3-1. Yeah, it was Caskey who passed it out front. So Chase Jungles from Caskey at the 12-19 mark. And you need to take advantage of those breaks. And here's another opportunity for BSM as they've cut it to 2. We'll see if that, and that's a big jump in their step as well. Here's Risto over to Moore. Augie Moore with a wrister. Not sure if that was going for the upper shelf, but Snow showed that good glove and went high to wheel it down. So big break that time and nicely executed by BSM to make it 3-1 here with only 12 minutes remaining. Again, thanks for joining us here on St. Louis Park Cable TV. This is live on January 6th. Paul will be airing the replays over numerous times over the last few weeks. Oh, Risto off the face-off win, the left winger with a high wrist shot. Goes high off the blocker side on the right side. He was looking for his 11th goal of the year. Moore in the corner for BSM battling with Horton. Horton behind the net. He's going to try to stuff it in. Throws it out front. Risto with a goal! At the 11:49 mark, just 30 seconds later, Zach Ristow, who had done a nice job off the face-off win, the junior number 19, gets a goal as there's some great work by his line mates that time as Horton had gone behind the net and tried to stuff it all the way around. It had it denied out front, and then Risto got the rebound, and not a thing Snow could do. So that's going to make it 3-2 here after just 30 seconds. So 30 seconds ago, we were 3-0, but 2 quick goals by Jungles and Ristow, and that's Ristow's 11th of the game, 11th of the season. So Will Horton does some nice work on the takeaway in the corner, being aggressive and winning a battle against the defender for St. Thomas Academy. And make sure you buckle up for the rest of the ride here. Who knows what's going to happen. Legal on this face-off. Legal against Tufto, 9-19. Legal uses that forehand stance on his face-offs. He does win that, unfortunately not win that one, but he's going to get the puck and shoot it in where Kalanger is going to try to forecheck for BSM. Oh, and that one just shot out by Jason Smallage. If we were in an NHL game, that'd be a 2-minute penalty because he shot that right over the plexiglass into the cement there, and he didn't have anybody on him, but no such rules in high school hockey. Face off again in the STA zone. Tufto on the draw again against Glico. We've got Nick Austin on one blue line, and it looks like Mayer on the other for Benilde. Momentary hold this time for STA by Stucker, but now a takeaway for BSM and a shot and a beautiful save by Snow. As I'll tell you what, I think that was what a shame we don't have a replay on that, as he had to use the glove and extend far on his left side down on the ice side to make that save. I think that was Will Duda with the shot, and it almost was the second goal of the season for Will. Almost 3 goals in a minute 20 there. Both teams going to match lines again as Bill Jerry going to take the draw for STA here. Oh, face-off win as well. Jungles wrist shot. Oh, hit something, doesn't go in, but another clean face-off win as Rue won it clean. And here's a break now for STA. With some speed down on the far side, Persic had a great opportunity to try to beat Lawton, but Lawton used his skill set to make sure he had enough momentum and speed going back to at least harass him enough to get him into the corner. So nice job by Jack Lawton on that play. 11 minutes to go. 2 early third period goals here by Chase Jungles and Zach Ristow have made it a 3-2 game for St. Thomas. And the Cadets and the Red Knights, a couple of Catholic school teams representing the East and West, and that's too bad for Benilde as Carter Rue is going to get saddled with a penalty here. Goaltender comes off for the 6th attacker as he's going to get Carter Rue is going to get saddled for a tripping minor here at 10:46. Clean trip, easy to see. Didn't catch the number of the STA player who went down, but Rue's going to find a couple minutes in the sin bin here at 10:46 for a trip. There you see Carter, one of the senior captains. We talked about it. He's got an older brother named TJ who was quite a player at Patino and at Benilde. He's one of the 10 all-time leading scorers in the history of hockey in Minnesota. So we'll see for STA. I think this is their first first power play of the game, but here's a possible break for Benilde. Oh, and a shot on a shorthanded goal on the win. Wow, to tie it up 8 seconds into the 8 seconds in on the shorthand situation. And is that Will Duda? I think it might be, who almost scored just a minute ago on that crazy wrist shot he had. Will and the crew won that on the penalty kill, and Ken Pauley fired up on the BSM bench as Will Duda has just knotted things with a power play goal here. And at the 10:38 mark, that's 3 goals in the last 2 minutes. And we're at 3-3 here as the shorthander, and I don't know if, wow, unassisted off of that. Will Duda, and, you know, for the senior, his second goal of the year, he almost had one a minute ago too. So the shorty for Will Duda makes it 3-3. Of course, STA still on the power play here. We'll see if they have time to game reset here. Donahue, Seamus, oh, one-time attempt, just a little tic-tac-toe play as Donahue and Jerry played catch, and then Jerry threw it back to him as he moved to the middle. And you can see the emotion in that bench. Everybody standing on the Benilde bench and fired up, and you see Coach Pauley and some of the guys. You know, you just never know what's going to happen. And that the first goal by Jungles on the mistake that was made behind the net by Snow caused the Jungles goal on the Caskey feed, and since then we've had 2 more goals in the last 2 minutes. 1:30 on the power play still. Here's Donahue at the point for STA. Caskey right in front of him, top of the umbrella. And it looks like Lawton has pushed one of the STA players into the goal crease area, and I don't know if we're just going to have a, oh, I'm sorry, I guess we're going to have a, oh, they're going to match up the penalties here, and I'm really confused by that. I didn't quite see that. Oh, both of them are going to go. So for Benilde, we got coincidental minors here as Alec Bratesman and Jack Lawton going to get coincidental minors. I don't know if that's for interference, but they were really kind of pushing at each other right in front of the net. Referees explaining things to Benelli and to Pauley. They both seem to be fine with that. Because they're coincidental, it'll still be a 5-on-4 situation. Of course, both teams don't want to lose 2 of their best players. Shot all the way down and out, and with just 1:20 remaining in the power play for STA. Donahue behind the net, the defender, going to chip it up, miss his man, and unfortunately for STA, that's going to be an icing because he wasn't at the red line. He tried to hit Bill Jerry, and it just, or excuse me, he tried to hit Peter Tufto, and that just went high over Tufto or Bill Jerry's stick, 9 and a 19 there. Benelli seeing something out on the bench there as he's directing something to his guys. I'm sure the Benellis have a lot to say here. Looks like we've got Caskey, Newhouse, Jungles. And I'm not sure the fourth. Oh, and Peter Heimbold out there also to kill for BSM right now. 1:05 remaining in the penalty. Looks like Newhouse and Heimbold going to play catch before Ben Newhouse rattles it all the way down. Here, we've called his name a lot today, but there's Seamus Donahue, who's going to Air Force to play hockey. A great student, number 17. Wheels around. Here's Tufto. I like that name. Here's Tufto. Backhand pass to Versich. Versich, wrist shot and a goal. What a beautiful snipe shot by Cristiano Versich, number 20, as he absolutely lit the twine, and not a thing anybody could do about that. At the 9:29 mark, a power play goal by Cristiano Versich on a beautiful drop pass as well by Tufto. And you can see why that first line combo has so many points. And especially when they're mixed up here, they've got, I should say, Versich primarily plays on the second line to give them some more balance, but when they got in the power play situation, yeah, Versich with a beautiful, so that'll make it 4-3. Yep, so that'll make it 4-3 at 9:29 remaining. So 4 goals in 4 minutes here. Buckle up if you don't have a seatbelt. Make sure you have at least some type of a passive restraint system to keep you harnessed at this point, right, Paul? Don't want to fall down, do you? Pass out or anything? Off the face-off here, third unit out there for STA, Hallam, McDonald, and Hardy. Hallam going to shoot it in. He's got Hardy also behind the net here. McDonald goes down 16. Hardy out to the point, but nobody home there as he was trying to get it to Schmidt. Schmidt over to Hurley. Hurley hits center ice and just drops it on in. Well, we're under 9 minutes now to go. unless, of course, we have overtime, as we do in high school hockey, and that puck's just going to make it out. So just what the doctor ordered after the 3 goals, including the beautiful short-hander by Will Duda. And indeed, Cristiano Versic reclaims the lead for STA here at the 8:47 mark. Really a great game for both of these teams after coming off an emotional high of playing that big 3-game tournament last week, going back to school yesterday. Teams seem to have really good legs, good jump in their step. Should be a dandy next Tuesday when they rematch at STA. Orton on the forecheck that time for STA from his left wing spot. Wyrock wheeling and dealing as well, number 11 out there. Here's Tufto just going to dump it down, and they're going to wheel off partially here. Ristow on there on the forecheck as he's got, Wyrock on the forecheck on Ristow that time. Chipped high, Ristow just barely able to break that out. Indeed he does, and a big violent collision at center ice. Ristow runs hard into Seamus Donahue, and Donahue gets the better of that, as well as he has the size on that. Heimbold harassed behind the net by Tufto. Tufto still harassing him, hacking at him, slashing at him, and that was a slash right there on the stick. Not called, but good finish on the check that time by BSM. And Orton going to break it out this time for STA. Little flop shot just shot in, held nicely and held for Mr. Heimbold. Peter going to cross rink it. Peter, a product of the Minneapolis Youth District. Really great skill set for that blue liner. Good future for him as well. Chip to center. Nicely done by Mayer. Didn't want to accidentally turn that over, so he got it back to center ice. Ooh, Rue takes one of the STAers down. Had a real clean game as well, too. Rue's got some help on the weak side, but he could not get it to Kasky, and Versic with speed again. Cristiano on the right-handed shot. Has a Newhouse get a stick on it. And here's Kasky on the replay. Kasky on a 1-on-2. Drop pass, not a good angle, and Hurley steps up from his D to get a stick on that. Kasky wins it again in the corner. He's got it out to Jungles. Jungles with a wrister. Hits a stick or a body out front. It goes harmlessly into the corner. A lot of step in the Benilde St. Margaret's step right now. They've really got a lot of momentum their way, and they're playing real aggressive. Feels like their defenders are playing with a little more aggressiveness and confidence on the offensive side of the zone when they are playing in the STA zone too. Battle behind the net. Pass out front. Oh, Kasky not able to get a stick on it. But Glico gonna still cycle the puck down there, and it's been constant pressure, and Kasky got it now. We'll see if they can hold as well. Possible break though, 2-on-1 opportunity. McDonald, he's got a friend out front, and we have a pass, and we're gonna have a holding penalty, and not much anybody could have done that time. It's a beautifully executed play. The pass out front to Josh Hallam from Dylan McDonald, and Hallam was, number 22, was being held as he had a step on the blue liner, and unfortunately for the Red Knights, Connor Mayer going to get saddled for a 2-minute minor here at the 6:15 mark. For Mayer, obviously BSM down by 1. A good penalty though, because you don't want him to go unimpeded all the way in on a breakaway. So we'll see if what happens here. STA up 1 with only 6 1/4 to go. Got a lot of their big guns out there with Bratesman and Tufto, Versic. Here's Versic with the puck. And of course Donahue corralling it in his own zone here. Other one out there for STA is Bill Jerry, another big producer from his second line position for them. And there's a nice piece of work by Jerry Callinger on his penalty kills. Callinger, Rue, Newhouse, and Lawton out there on the kill for Benilde. Diagonal pass from Donahue goes into the BSM zone. Chipped out front. Let's see if STA can capitalize. Unfortunately for them, Jerry's shot goes wide, and BSM is able to chip it all the way out and change their forward unit. A couple of new fresh bodies coming out as we're at 1:10 remaining in the power play. Here's Versic again, number 20, dipsy-do backdoor pass here. Wrist shot hits the shin pads of Newhouse. Versic again, got a diagonal pass. Oh, thrown out front, nobody gets a stick on it. And it goes harmlessly behind the net. And Versic pulls it out of the air about 4 feet in the air with his stick. If it's below the shoulders, they'll play on, and they obviously thought it was. So Donahue behind his own net being pursued hard by Glico. 40 seconds remaining in the penalty, the man advantage. Versich again, he's 1-on-2, has the puck stripped. Legal 1-on-2 himself, see if he's going to try to get a shot. Indeed, he's going to try to just hold it, it looks like. Oh, he passed it out front as Duda was breaking. Duda again, who already has one shorthander on the night. Nice effort to chip it back to his defender, and that's going to shoot it down, and only 15 seconds remain on the STA penalty. And it's been a nice kill so far for Benilde. Just 10 seconds to go as Orton, number 10 out there. Left-handed shooter with a cross-ring pass there to McDonald, who dips it down low, and Heimbold erases Orton on a nice check behind the net. Oh, high wrist shot goes high off the glove that time, and nothing doing behind the BSM net. Here's the puck stolen out front, backdoor pass, beautifully executed by McDonald. Corralled in the corner this time, takedown in the corner. You see a great shot by our camera crew, beautiful work down there. Right in your face here on Channel 16. And here's Jungles with 3:50 to go. Both teams are at full strength as he tried to hit Caskey, who was erased off that puck by Smallage. If you just joined us, it's been just a barn burner. STA with a 3-0 lead going into the third here. Rue out front, he's got some help. Lawton backhand, not able to get a lot on it, but Newhouse with the hold here. Throws it off a skate of one of the STA players. And they're going to throw it down, and STA changes all 5. A lot of fire in the BSM step. 3:20 to go. We'll see what they can do here. They've already got 3 goals in the third. Benilde with 3 goals in a matter of 2.5 minutes, including a shorty by Will Duda. And there you see some unpleasantries exchanged there down on the sideline. I think we might have a couple battles of 18s there. Well, maybe not. Mr. Caskey, 64. Kind of changing pleasantries with Nevin Gupta, number 18. 3:10 remaining. No penalty is going to be whistled here. We'll keep an eye on the Benilde St. Margaret's bench. They obviously used their timeout already, so for Coach Pauly, he can't go to the well. Benelli and the STA coaching staff still does have a timeout to use. 3:10 remaining here. John Fromm along with our crew of Channel 16. A reminder, if you've enjoyed this action tonight, this is the commonplace on 16 with all the events we cover, and these teams will be meeting again next Tuesday in a rematch at St. Thomas. Off the face-off win, Benilde does temporarily control. Cross-ring pass by Breitzman is chipped in by Donahue, who signals he wants to move to left D. Donahue switches positions on the blue line. It's normally a left defender, but he was on the right side of the rink. Breitzman loses the puck as it's Newhouse. Cross-ring pass this time, and he's got Horton over there. Horton 20 into the zone, just going to pass it, chip it down. Being harassed from behind, an aggressive forecheck. I don't know what's going on there. Those two guys are hooked up, Stucker and Horton. Still going to hang on to it. SGA doesn't want to turn it over behind their own net here. 2:20 to go. Looks like we're going to have, yeah, I guess we are going to have an icing as that didn't hit anything. Not sure if that, so Ken Pauly going to be able to manipulate his line combinations here. We'll take an eye on STA if they choose to use their timeout here. Obviously also the sophomore goalie who's played really well for BSM, Ryan Bischel, looking over to the bench to try to get some direction on when he might want to be relieved here. Off the face-off win, 2:15 remaining. Here is Gleagle on the wall here. Gleagle going to momentarily lose possession. STA going to try to break it out. Just 2 minutes to go. They've got a retouch as Duda was in offside. Callinger also on the forecheck. Redirected behind the net. Cristiano Versich making sure he gets it to center ice, where he's got a little help from his friends this time. As Bill Jerry just going to shoot it in. 1:43 to go. We're keeping an eye on Ryan Bischel in his own net. His puck chipped in beautifully, and Duda almost perfectly makes a play, but it's stolen away by Versich and crew. Versich, Cristiano momentarily loses it, then he's going to skate it out to center ice. Try to break it in himself. A little frustrated with himself, then he throws it just wide of the net. Just 1:20 remaining. STA with possession of the puck, and their senior captain, Seamus Donahue with the puck. All they really need to do is try to play as much keep away as they can here, keep the goalie in check, but Benilde with the steal. They were floating Ben Newhouse out at the red line, trying to get a break for Newhouse, but Donahue had an eye on him from his defense slot. So 109 remaining. Doesn't look like STA is going to take a timeout. They're going to just let it flee. And it looks like you've got Tufto on the draw. No, STA is going to take the timeout. Why not here? Still a learning moment. You still got a lot of the season left, and you know, and for an undefeated team like St. Thomas Academy, they've only had, let's see, they had a 1-goal game against Wayzata and an early season 1-goal game at Minnetonka. But over the holidays, they outscored their opponents 16-4 in winning the Schwann Cup Gold Division, including just demolishing Minnetonka 9-3. So real good third period for the Red Knights. They had an opportunity in the second to tap in 1 goal and were denied by Matt Snow in net for STA. But 3 goals within 2.5 minutes early in the third period made it a tie game, including the shorty by Will Duda, and then Cristiano Versic at 9:29 on the power play from Tufto is as of now, the game-winning goal if things stand the way they do. We'll see who's out on each team with 109 remaining. I'm pretty sure you're going to have Rue out there with Kasky and Jungles. I would assume Lawton, number 3, being directed out there, getting some instruction on the bench. Ken Pauley talking to Glico there, but he's firing the guys up. He's clapping hard. Benilde's got their guys organized. Good teaching moment here for all the fans on the edge of their seat too. And indeed, you're going to have Rue against Tufto. They've been matching up all night on the faceoffs. Also Brakeman out there, and indeed Wyrock on the other wing. And the veterans back there on defense for including Seamus, Donahue, and Smallage for STA. Benilde again with another faceoff win. They've done a really nice job of winning a lot of draws this period. Lawton circles away, gives the Newhouses. We're inside of a minute, and that's going to be chipped all the way down. Hits a stick of an STA player, and that is it. Bischel off with the 6 attackers on, so 6 on 5, 50 seconds remaining. Playing catch behind the net and taken away by Smallage. Going to pass it to himself in the corner. Just doesn't want to turn it over here unimpeded. Newhouse has it tripped up as he's on his feet here, and it's going to be taken away here. Here's Tufto just going to skate it at center ice, and he's going to wrist it down and just misses the net with 30 to go. So still life as Jack Lawton going to chip it up. Donahue, he's going to throw it cross rink. That'll put us at 25. Red Knights hanging Chase Jungles out at the far blue line trying to get it to him, but not able to do so. And another nice step up by Brakeman there. And that'll take us down to 12 seconds. Jungles, oh, he almost was cherry picking to get a new break ice pass. You know, with 5 seconds, a 2-on-1, Newhouse with 3, 2, 1. Oh, Newhouse. It was I absolutely was amazed by that. Seamus Donahue stepped up at the red line to try to make a defense play and got caught in some congestion out there, and he was the left defender, and then that caused a break for Seamus. That caused a 2-on-1 with 5 seconds remaining. The 2-on-1 as Newhouse almost finished it on the cross-rink pass. Wow, we ran out of time, but a lot of congestion at the far blue line as there were some pushing and shoving. Obviously a real heartfelt game, a really well-played game. Not a lot for anybody to feel down about. If you're Ken Pauley, you come into this game, you know you're playing a team that's on fire, and you're feeling good about winning your last 2 out of 3, and adding to that, you're down 3-0 tonight, and you come back with 3 third-period goals to tie it up. And then, if not for the magic of Cristiano Versic on a power play, and when STA's clicking at 42% on their power plays as they were going into the game, an unbelievable 42%, you got to keep them off the power play. They weren't able to do that, and STA moves to 11-0 on the season. Doesn't get any easier for them as they take the road show to Matamidi Thursday, January 8th. Matamidi 11-1 and ranked 4th in Class A. Again, these teams are going to meet next Tuesday at St. Thomas, and if it's anything like tonight, I hope people get a chance to watch it. For Benilde, even though they fall to 5-6-2, a lot to build on there. Just going to give you your third period summary before we cut away here. As we mentioned, 3-0 going into the third period for Benilde. Chase Jungles got the first goal for BSM. 12:19 remaining on a A play behind the net that Snow stopped the puck, but Kasky stole it from him, threw it to Jungles out front, who buried it. And that made it 3-1. And then literally 30 seconds later, number 19, junior Zach Ristow with a goal from Will Horton, and we were 3-2. Then Benilde St. Margaret's took a penalty as Carter Rue got saddled with a penalty at 10:46. And as he gets saddled for the penalty, I'll have to tell you about this in a second. He gets saddled for the penalty, then there's a Will Duda with a beautiful shorthanded, unassisted goal to make it 3-3, and then Versich wins it on the power play. So a lot of interesting things developed off camera here in the last couple minutes as you saw some very excited STA players high-fiving their fans as they're coming off, and a lot of good conversations both ways. And if you do want to get a copy of the game tonight, or you want to find out about replay times, go to ParkTV.org. ParkTV.org. You can also buy a DVD of this game, $15 or $10 for 3 or more. And if you want to find the replay times or live web streaming, just go to that website. I do want to make sure to give a shout out to Dina and Kurt and Ben, and especially on a below zero night, to Paul Broden, our director in the truck, who absolutely loves sitting in the truck on below zero nights and bringing the cords out to the truck after the game. On behalf of myself, John Fromm, thanks for joining us here, and hope you enjoyed yourself on Park 16.